Have you ever wondered how seemingly small choices can spiral into life-altering consequences? Do you ponder the wisdom of the choices that enter the sanctum of your mind? How can a simple decision, like allowing a cat into your life, unfold into a journey of unforeseen complexities and challenges and transform your entire life? Dive with us into the profound tale of a wise hermit and his final enigmatic advice to a devoted disciple. This story is a journey through the intricate labyrinths of decision-making and its impacts on our lives. Discover how guarding our thoughts can shape the tapestry of our existence, and why mindfulness in our choices is the key to preserving our inner peace and purpose, and to a life of intention and clarity, free from the entanglements of unguarded thoughts and impulses. Now, onto our story. In the heart of an ancient mountain lived a wise hermit. One day, as his time on this earthly planet drew to a close, he called to him a devoted disciple, and when the disciple came close, he whispered to him the following words. "Remember these words of mine, young one. Never allow a cat into your mind." With these cryptic words, the sage exhaled his final breath, departing from this world. A curious crowd, along with the sage's followers, gathered with the disciple to hear his last words. They all pondered the meaning behind this enigmatic warning. Even the chosen disciple found himself lost in contemplation, wondering why he should be concerned about a cat in his mind. Amidst the uncertainty surrounding the sage's parting words, he received a respectful farewell, and the sage's teachings were honored. However, the disciple couldn't shake the constant buzzing of those puzzling words in his mind. The thought could not leave him. Fortunately, within the monastery, an elderly monk had observed the sage's life for many years. Though he had not been chosen as the successor due to his advanced age, this elderly monk deeply understood the sage's teachings. Seeing the disciple lost in thought, the elderly monk approached him, inquiring about the source of his concern. Having listened carefully, the elderly monk shared the disciple's troubled thoughts. He smiled sagely and said, "Young disciple, you are yet to grasp the complete story. Allow me to recount it for you." The tale began when the hermit sage retreated from society to live atop the mountain. He inhabited a humble hut on the outskirts of a nearby village, relying on the villagers' charity for his sustenance. In admiration of his wisdom and as a sign of respect, the villagers had constructed a modest hut for him. The sage possessed only 2 robes to wear, but soon, a new challenge emerged. Mice began to approach his hut, threatening to chew up and break his robes. Troubled by this predicament, as he had only 2 robes, he had no solution at hand. Turning to the villagers for advice, one of them suggested, "Why not bring a cat into your humble house? A cat will certainly help keep the mice away." The sage considered this idea and eventually went and took a cat into his house. Indeed, the cat proved effective in deterring the mice from his hut. However, soon, a new issue arose. The cat required sustenance and care, prompting the sage to once again consult the villagers for advice. Their solution was, "Since this is a small village, why not acquire a cow? We shall provide you with a cow that will provide milk for you and the cat, making you self-sufficient." Convinced by this idea, the sage agreed and soon possessed a cow. Yet the cow needed grazing and daily attention, forcing the sage to beg for food in the village to sustain himself. Observing this situation, the villagers grew concerned. They suggested, "This isn't the right path for a sage. We propose you speak to the widow of the village who has lost her husband and lives alone. She will surely accept the responsibility of caring for your cow. Additionally, we will allocate a piece of land near your hut so that you can cultivate and let the cow graze." The sage accepted this proposition, and the widow agreed to care for the cow. As she tended to the cow and cultivated the land, a genuine bond formed between them. Love blossomed, and they entered into a deep and sincere relationship. Soon, the widow became pregnant and they started a family. However, she deceived the sage, making his life unbearable. Feeling overwhelmed by these events, the sage reflected on how he had intentionally left the world behind, only to find himself entangled in it once more. Finally, the disciple grasped the meaning behind the sage's words, "Never allow a cat into your mind." The elderly monk concluded, "It reminds you not to let your mind be dominated by unnecessary or unhealthy thoughts and behaviors. When you grant even a small indulgence to your mind, it begins to demand more, and you might not even notice how you become caught up in repetitive and unwholesome actions." The wisdom of the hermit's final words, "Never allow a cat into your mind," serves as a timeless reminder of the profound impact that our choices, no matter how seemingly insignificant, can have on the course of our lives. In the modern world, we are bombarded with a constant stream of information, distractions, and temptations. Our minds are exposed to an onslaught of content, both positive and negative, from the moment we wake up until we close our eyes at night. In this digital age, our mental sanctuaries are under siege, and the choices we make about what we allow into our minds are more crucial than ever. Consider for a moment the power of the media we consume, the conversations we engage in, and the thoughts we entertain. They can shape our beliefs, attitudes, and actions. They can influence the way we perceive the world and ourselves. They can either uplift our spirits and inspire us to greatness, or drag us down into a cycle of negativity and despair. Just like the hermit's initial decision to invite a cat into his humble abode, we often make choices without fully realizing their long-term consequences. We might indulge in a guilty pleasure, a mindless scroll through social media, or a thoughtless remark. At the time, it may seem harmless or even necessary for a brief escape from the pressures of life. Yet over time, these choices can accumulate and multiply, leading us down paths we never intended to traverse. The hermit's story teaches us that the mind is a sacred space where our destiny is forged. It is within these mental chambers that the seeds of our future actions and experiences are sown. Just as the hermit's life became increasingly complicated and entangled, our own lives can become burdened with unnecessary complexities when we allow unguarded thoughts and behaviors to take root. In a world that thrives on distraction and instant gratification, it's easy to lose sight of our true values and aspirations. We may find ourselves caught in a never-ending cycle of busyness, stress, and superficiality. We may forget what truly matters to us and what brings us joy and fulfillment. The hermit's cautionary tale challenges us to be vigilant gatekeepers of our minds. It calls upon us to cultivate mindfulness and self-discipline, to refuse the allure of fleeting distractions, and to resist the temptations that may lead us astray. It urges us to guard our mental fortress with the utmost care, allowing only thoughts and behaviors that align with our deepest values and aspirations to enter. By doing so, we liberate ourselves from the entanglements that the hermit faced. We maintain clarity, focus, and a profound sense of purpose in our lives. We ensure that our journey is guided by intention, not dictated by the capricious winds of circumstance. The message of the hermit's wisdom is a timeless beacon of guidance for all of us. It calls us to embrace the power of choice and discernment in every aspect of our lives. It reminds us that our minds are our most valuable possession, and within this sacred space, our life's masterpiece is crafted. So let us remember the sage's parting words: never allow a cat into your mind. Let us embark on a journey of self-awareness and self-mastery, where we consciously choose the thoughts, desires, and behaviors that align with our truest selves. Let us live with intention, purpose, and clarity, knowing that our choices today shape the tapestry of our existence tomorrow. We thank you for sharing this profound story, and we hope it brings blessings into your life. May you guard the sanctity of your mind, and in doing so, may you find the peace, fulfillment, and purpose you seek on your journey through life.